Hi everyone, so welcome back to my channel. So myself Raza, and in this video I am going to discuss the chapter trigonometry of class 10 AP and TS. Right, so in this video I am going to discuss the complete detail about exercise 1. Right, so about this trigonometry I have given one video, so in which I have discussed the introduction and the concept related to trigonometry. So if you haven't gone through that video, so please go through it. And if you are new to this channel, so please subscribe the channel and watch the video till the end. So if you like the video, so please share with your friends. Right, so without any delay, so let us start with the video. Right, so in exercise 1, so the complete thing depends on the trigonometric ratios. So these trigonometric ratios are nothing but the ratios are the relation between angle and the sides. Right, so in this particular ratios, so we are going to have one particular angle. So whenever you apply these ratios, sine or cos or tan or cosecant or secant or cot, then its value will be equal to the ratio of their corresponding sides. Then what are the corresponding sides? So that is nothing but the definition of these particular ratios. Right, so sine means it is nothing but opposite, so length of side opposite to angle A by length of hypotenuse. The same way cosine means length of side adjacent to angle A by length of hypotenuse. The same way tangent of angle A. So here these particular trigonometric ratios we can apply for a particular angle, right? So without this angle, so there is no meaning for these trigonometric ratios. Now here what we have considered is, so here this particular angle A is considered, right? So here we are going to have a right angle. So the side opposite to right angle is nothing but we call it as hypotenuse. We call it as hypotenuse. Next, with respect to this angle, so with respect to this angle, the side opposite to the given angle is nothing but we call it as opposite side. We call it as opposite side, and the third side which is left over we call it as adjacent side. Okay, so based on this, so this is nothing but the definition. So sine definition is opposite side to the given angle by hypotenuse. So opposite side to given angle by hypotenuse. Cosine means adjacent side to the given angle by hypotenuse. Next, tangent means side opposite to angle. So given angle by side adjacent to given angle. So when angle changes, their corresponding opposite and adjacent side changes, but hypotenuse will remain the same because it is for the same given triangle, right? So from this, all these things we can simply remember. So these are nothing but the 6 definitions. So these definitions you need to remember at any cost, right? So these 6 definitions we can simply remember in a by using a small table, right? So for suppose if I consider this, so first trigonometric ratio is sine. So beside that, so since sine is not having any meaning, so we are giving an angle. So for suppose this is my first ratio sine theta, next followed by cos theta and tan theta. So this is my sine theta, cos theta and tan theta. Now if you can frame out this small table and you can remember this, so if you can remember this, so you can solve any problem related to exercise 1. Okay, so you need to remember this particular table. So let us see this. So sine's reciprocal is cosecant. So here I am going to write in its corresponding vertical column. Right, cos theta's reciprocal is secant theta, tan theta's reciprocal is cot theta. So first thing we need to remember here is sin theta, cos theta, tan theta. So these are nothing but the three main trigonometric ratios. Their corresponding reciprocals are written at the bottom row. Now sin theta definition. So what is the definition of sin theta? So we can simply remember the opposite side. So what here given? So opposite to, so side opposite to angle A by hypotenuse. So here what I am going to do is, so opposite side I am going to represent with the letter O. adjacent side I am going to represent with the letter A, and hypotenuse I am going to represent with letter H. Then I can fill this. So sin theta is nothing but opposite side to theta by hypotenuse. Next, cos theta is nothing but adjacent side to theta by hypotenuse. Next, tan theta is nothing but opposite side to theta by adjacent side to theta. Now, if you consider this particular line, so this separating line, if I consider as by, so as the separator, then if you want sin theta, so read it from top to bottom. So sin theta if you want, so then it is opposite by hypotenuse. Cos theta adjacent by hypotenuse. Tan theta opposite by adjacent. Right? So if you want the ratios which are below, then you read it in the reverse order. So from down to top. So hypotenuse by opposite, hypotenuse by adjacent, adjacent by opposite. So likewise you can easily remember these things. So simply if you want to write it down, sin theta you can write it as O by H, cos theta you can write it as A by H, tan theta you can write it as O by A. Similarly, its reciprocal cosecant theta you can write it as H by O, secant theta you can write it as H by A. Next, cot theta you can write it as A by O. So everything lies within this table. So if you can remember this particular table, then you can write all these 6 ratios. And after this, so we are going to have some more relations. So what are those relations means? So you can write tan theta is equal to sin theta by cos theta. So this is nothing but relationship between sin theta, cos theta and tan theta. So relationship between sin theta, cos theta and tan theta is nothing but tan theta is equal to sin theta by cos theta. The same way I can write cot theta. So cot theta is equal to cos theta by sin theta. So these are nothing but the relations we need to remember, right? Next, moving on to so few more. Since if you observe sin theta and cosecant theta, so those are reciprocal to each other, then we can write sin theta is equal to 1 by cosecant theta, or you can write this as cosecant theta is equal to 1 by sin theta, or you can also write it as sin theta into cosecant theta is equal to 1. The same way we can represent for the remaining also. So cos theta is equal to 1 by secant theta. The same way secant theta we can write it as 1 by cos theta. The same way secant theta into cos theta. So when you multiply those two, it will be equal to 1. The same way we can write for the third one also. So tan theta is equal to 1 by cot theta. So which implies cot theta I can write as 1 by tan theta. The same way I can write tan theta into cot theta is equal to 1. The same way, so there is one more possibility for this. So how can you write tan theta? So tan theta is equal to sin theta by cos theta. No? So this I can write it as, so sin theta I can write as 1 by cosecant theta. The same way cos theta I can write 1 by cos theta I can write it as secant theta. So that means tan theta I can write as sin theta by cos theta or secant theta by cosecant theta. The same way cos theta by sin theta I can write it as, so it's a reciprocal only, you know. So I can write as cosecant theta by secant theta. So these are nothing but the basic formulae which are useful for solving the problems related to exercise number 1, and these are nothing but the basic trigonometric ratios and the relations. So these are nothing but we call them as reciprocal relations. So we call them as reciprocal relations. So all these are reciprocal relations, and these are nothing but the relation between sin theta, cos theta and tan theta, and these are nothing but the basic definitions. So these are basic definitions, right? So if you can remember this table, so this table is very important. So if you can remember this table, so you can solve any problem related to the first exercise. Now let us see how we can solve the problems, right? Question number 1. So what he has given, If tan A is equal to 3 by 4, then find the other trigonometric ratios of angle A. For suppose I am going to consider a right angle triangle. So whose angle A is given, right? So this is my right angle triangle. So for suppose if I consider this right angle triangle as ABC, then tan A what he has given, so tan A is equal to 3 by 4. So from this, so what is the definition of tan A? So tan A is equal to 3 by 4. But what do you mean by tan A? So tan A is nothing but opposite by adjacent, right? So already in the previous table we have discussed. So tan is nothing but opposite by adjacent. So from this, tan A is equal to 3 by 4, which is nothing but opposite by adjacent. Now from this I can consider, so opposite side. So I can consider opposite side as 3 times of some k, because here since it is a ratio, so when you want to write it individually we need to multiply with some constant. So here opposite side is 3k. Next, adjacent side, so here I am using the short notations, so you can write complete word opposite side, adjacent side. So adjacent side is nothing but 4 times of k. Now from this what I can write, so here from the figure what is opposite side, Nana? So opposite side is BC and adjacent side is AB. Now AB is 4 times of k and BC is 3 times of k. Since it is a right angle triangle, what we can do? So we can apply Pythagoras theorem, right? So by Pythagoras theorem, so what Pythagoras theorem states? Hypotenuse square is equal to side square plus side square. So from this what I can write? AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. So from this AC is equal to square root of AB square plus BC square. Now substituting the values, so what I am going to get? AB square, which is nothing but 4k whole square plus 3k whole square. So this I can write as 16k square plus it is 9k square. So from this finally what I am going to get? 16 plus 9 is 25. So 25k square. Square root of 25 square is nothing but 5k. So from this clearly the value of AC is 5k. Now already we got all the three sides. Now finally what I need to find out? The remaining trigonometric ratios. So remaining trigonometric ratios means already tan A is given. So first of all I am going to find the value of sin A. So what is sin A? So sin A is nothing but opposite side to A by hypotenuse, right? So opposite side to A is nothing but 3k divided by hypotenuse is 5k. So which is given by 3 by 5. The same way cos A I can write it as adjacent side by hypotenuse. So what is adjacent side? 4k divided by hypotenuse is 5k. So which gives me 4 by 5. Already tan A is completed. Next cosecant A. So cosecant A means already we know cosecant A is nothing but reciprocal of sin A. So reciprocal of sin A means, so I can write it as 1 by sin A. So which is equal to 5 by 3. Now next moving on to secant A. So secant A means 1 by cos A only, no? So 1 by cos A means 5 by 4. Next moving on to cot A. So cot A is nothing but reciprocal of tan A. So 1 by tan A is equal to, so what is tan A? 3 by 4. So it gives me 4 by 3. So using this particular situation, so using the ratios, we have found the values of all the six trigonometric ratios. So from this what we can say, if you know one particular trigonometric ratio, then we can find out the remaining 5 trigonometric ratios, right? So moving on to question number 2. See exercise 11.1. So question number 1. So what he has given, in the right angle triangle ABC, 8, 15 and 17 are the lengths of AB, BC and CA respectively. Then find sin A, cos A and tan A. Now let us draw the right angle triangle. So let us draw the right angle triangle first. So this is my right angle triangle and he has given in right angle triangle ABC. So for suppose if I consider this as A, B and C, and this with respect to this angle we need to find out sin A, cos A and tan A. Now what he has given, AB is 8, so AB is 8 centimeters. Next BC is 15 centimeters. So he has given clearly, so we need to write down as per the given conditions. So AC is equal to 17 centimeters. Now from this, first of all we need to see, so with respect to angle A we need to find, right? So with respect to angle A, so what is opposite side? So opposite side of angle A is nothing but BC. So which is given as 15 centimeters. Next, adjacent side of, so adjacent side of angle A is nothing but AB. So which is given as 8 centimeters. And clearly hypotenuse we can see here now. So hypotenuse is nothing but the longest side. So which is nothing but AC, which is equal to 17 centimeters. Now, first of all, what we need to find out? Sin A. So sin A is given by opposite side to A by, so opposite side to A by hypotenuse, so O by H. Now what is opposite side to A? So opposite side to A is BC by hypotenuse is AC. Now on substituting the values, so which gives me 15 by 17. So if you observe, since it is a ratio, so it won't have any units, so that you need to understand clearly. So these trigonometric ratios do not have any units. Next, coming to cos A. So what is the definition of cos A? Cos A is nothing but adjacent by hypotenuse. So what is adjacent here? So here it is adjacent. So adjacent by hypotenuse. So what is adjacent here? Adjacent is AB by hypotenuse is AC. So when I substitute the values, it gives me 8 by 17. Next, moving on to tan A. So tan A is given as opposite side by adjacent side. So it is nothing but opposite by adjacent. So here with respect to angle A only we are discussing, right? So what is opposite side to A? So it is nothing but BC by adjacent side to A is nothing but AB. So which gives me 15 by 8. So he has asked you to find out sin A, cos A and tan A. So we have found all the three trigonometric ratios, right? Let's move on to question number 2. Now what he has given, the sides of a right angle triangle PQR are PQ is equal to 7 centimeters, PR is equal to 25 centimeters and angle Q is equal to 90 degrees. Then find tan P minus tan R. We need to find out the value of tan P minus tan R. Now let us see how my right angle triangle looks here. Okay, so what he has given, angle Q is equal to 90 degrees. So from this clearly this is P and this is R. Now as per the question, so PQ is given as 7 centimeters and PR is given as 25 centimeters. Now do we know the value of RQ? So we don't know the value of RQ, right? Now if you observe it carefully, so what are the things that are given? So given that PQ is equal to 7 centimeters and PR is equal to 25 centimeters. So since it is a right angle triangle, so we can apply Pythagoras theorem, right? So by Pythagoras theorem, what we can say from the figure, PR square is equal to PQ square plus QR square. So on transposing and writing everything, we can find out the value of QR. So QR is equal to, so how can you write QR? So QR is equal to square root of PR square minus PQ square. So when I substitute the value, so what we are going to get, PR square is 25 square minus PQ square is 7 square. So from this 625 minus 49. So from this what I am going to get, so 15 minus 9 is 6. Next 11 minus 4 is 7. So I am going to get 576. So 576 is nothing but 24 square. So square root of 576 is 24 centimeters. So from this clearly QR is 24 centimeters. Now what is required? So required thing is tan P minus tan R. So from this question you can easily understand. So what is the thing that we need to find out, right? So this is nothing but the required thing. So first of all, consider this angle P, right? So with respect to angle P, so this is my opposite side and this particular PQ is adjacent side. Are you getting my point? So with respect to P, so with respect to P, so with respect to angle P, opposite side is QR, okay, and adjacent side is PQ. The same way with respect to angle R, opposite side. So with respect to angle R, opposite side is changing, no? So opposite side is PQ and adjacent side is QR. So from this you can easily remember, Nana. See here with respect to P we are discussing, no? With respect to P, opposite side means, so in its side you don't have that particular angle. You can simply remember like that. Okay. If you are talking with respect to angle P, its opposite side, so in its opposite side you don't find that particular name. So P won't be there. The same way for this angle R, there won't be any R in that. Okay, simple way to remember, right? Now tan P. So tan P means opposite side to P by adjacent side to angle P. Now from this what I can say? So I can write as QR divided by PQ minus tan R. So tan R means PQ by QR. Now on substituting the value, so what is QR here? 24 by PQ is 7 minus, so it is nothing but reciprocal only, no? So from this what I can write? So LCM is 7 into 24. In the numerator what I am going to get? 24 square minus 7 square. 24 square minus 7 square. So what is the value that I am going to get? 576 minus 49 divided by, so 7 fours are 28, 7 twos 14, plus 2 16. Now on simplification, so 6 minus 9, so it won't go. So 16 minus 9 is 7. Next 6 minus 4 is 2. So 527 divided by 168. So this is nothing but the value of tan P minus tan R. Right? Now let us move on to the next question. So question number 3. So in a right angle triangle ABC with right angle at B. So it's clearly mentioning that right angle is at angle B now. So right angle at B and the triangle is ABC. So this is A, already B is given, and this is C. Now angle BAC is theta, angle BA. So angle BAC is theta, that means this angle is theta. Then find cos theta and tan theta. Now in this small a is given and small b is given. So what is the meaning of small a? So small a means nothing but side BC now, and small b means side AC. Okay, so when you are having small letter, that means other than that other than the two letters, so whatever the side is forming, that particular side length is 24. So from this BC is 24 units and AC is 25 units. So these are the things that are given here, right? Then we need to find out cos theta and tan theta. Okay, so since here theta is this, so with respect to theta, this side is opposite side. So this is opposite side, this is adjacent side, and this is my hypotenuse. So clearly writing down the things, so whatever the things that are given, so what he has given, so small a is equal to 24 units. So small a is equal to 24 units. So small a means nothing but BC side length. The same way small b is equal to what he has given, 25 units. So 25 units. So small b means nothing but side length CA. And next he has given angle BAC is equal to theta. So with respect to angle theta, so what we can say? Opposite side to theta. So opposite side is nothing but BC. Next adjacent side is nothing but, so adjacent side is AB and hypotenuse. So you need to be able to identify the sides. So hypotenuse is equal to AC, and already AC length is given 25 and one more length is given now. So BC, which is nothing but 24. We don't know what about AB. So to find out the length of AB, what we should do? So we need to apply Pythagoras theorem, right? So by Pythagoras theorem, so what we can say by using Pythagoras theorem? So what is Pythagoras theorem? Here AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. Now from this I need to find out AB. So from this AB is equal to square root of AC square minus BC square. Now on substituting the values, what is AC here? So AC is 25, 25 whole square minus 24 square. So from this what I am going to get? 625 minus 576. So already in the previous problem we have done it. So we are going to get root 49, which is nothing but 7. So here AB is equal to 7 centimeters we got, right? Now first of all, we need to find out cos theta value. So what is cos theta? So cos theta is nothing but given by adjacent side to theta by hypotenuse. So from this figure, what is adjacent side? So adjacent side is AB by hypotenuse. So hypotenuse is AC. So what is adjacent AB? So AB already we have found now. So it is nothing but 7 units by AC is 25 units. So the value of cos theta is 7 by 25. Next moving on to find out the value of tan theta. So tan theta is nothing but opposite side to theta by adjacent side to theta. So on substituting the values, so what is opposite side? Opposite side is 24 by adjacent side is 20. Sorry, not 25. What is adjacent side? So adjacent side is 7. Okay, so likewise we can find out the values of cos theta and tan theta for the given question. Right, next moving on to question number 4. So cos A is equal to 12 by 13. So what is given? Cos A is equal to 12 by 13. So 12 by 13 is, what is the definition of cos? So cos definition is adjacent side to theta by hypotenuse. So from this we can simply write adjacent side to theta. So adjacent side to A is nothing but 12 times of some constant k, and hypotenuse. So hypotenuse is nothing but 13 times of some constant k. Now moving on to the figure. So here since we are talking about angle A, so we will be considering triangle ABC, where angle B is 90 degrees. Now with respect to angle A, so cos A is given by, so what is cos A? So cos A is nothing but adjacent by hypotenuse, right? So what is adjacent here? So with respect to angle A, this side is adjacent. So AB is adjacent. So we can write as adjacent side is 12k and hypotenuse is 13k. Now we need to find out the value of BC. Now from this what we can say? So by Pythagoras theorem. So already we know when two sides of a right angle triangle are given, to find out the third side, so we can make use of Pythagoras theorem. So according to Pythagoras theorem, hypotenuse square is equal to side square plus side square. Now since I need BC value, so BC can be written as AC square minus AB square. Now directly substituting the values. So this is 13k whole square minus 12k whole square. Now on finding out the values, so 13 square k whole square means 169k square minus 144 k square. So 169 minus 144 is nothing but 25 k square, so which gives me 5k. So from this clearly the value of BC is 5k. Now finding out the values, so sin A is nothing but opposite side to A by hypotenuse. So what is opposite side to A? So opposite is nothing but BC by AC. So what is the value of BC? So BC value is 5k divided by 13k, so which gives me 5 by 13. Next, so we are having one more. So tan A is equal to opposite side to A by adjacent side to A. So which gives me, what is opposite side now? So BC by adjacent side is EAB. So what is BC here? So BC is 5k divided by adjacent. So adjacent is 12k. So which gives me 5 by 12. So this is nothing but my value of tan A. So here sin A and tan A are the required ratios we have found here, right? Next, moving on to question number 5. So what he has given, so this is similar to the previous question. So what he has given, so 3 times of tan A is equal to 4. So from this we can write tan A is equal to 4 by 3. Now drawing out the right angle triangle. So what I am going to get, so this is A and B is right angle and this is my C. Now tan A. So what is the definition of tan A? Tan A is nothing but opposite by adjacent. Right, so from this what we can write, so opposite side to A is nothing but, so opposite side to A is nothing but directly we can write BC, so BC is equal to some 4 times of K. Next, adjacent side to A, so what is adjacent side to A? So adjacent side to A is nothing but AB, so which is given as some 3 times of K. So by Pythagoras theorem what we can find, so by Pythagoras theorem AC we can find now. So AC is equal to square root of AB square plus BC square. So since it is hypotenuse, so hypotenuse is nothing but square root of sum of squares of other two sides. So which gives me, so AB is 3k whole square plus BC is 4k whole square. So from this what I am going to get, so this is 9k square plus 16k square. So which gives me 25k square. So which gives me 5k. So the value of AC is 5k. So I got all the side lengths from this sin A. So sin A means, so with respect to this angle only, no? So sin A is nothing but BC by AC, because the definition of sin A is nothing but opposite side to A by hypotenuse. So BC by AC. So what is BC here? So BC is 4 times of K by AC is nothing but 5 times of K. So which gives me 4 divided by 5. Next, coming to cos A. So cos A is nothing but adjacent side. So adjacent side is nothing but AB by hypotenuse. So which gives me 3k by 5k. So which is nothing but 3 by 5. Hence, so sin A and cos A. So we have found from this question. So till here, so we are going to have all the questions related to that particular right angle triangle. Now let us see one more question. So here he has to mention that in triangle ABC and triangle PQR. So in triangle ABC and triangle PQR, if angle A and angle P are acute angles such that sin A is equal to sin P, then prove that angle A is equal to angle P. Right. So we need to prove this. Now let us consider two right angle triangles. So here if you clearly observe, so there are two right angle triangles. So one right angle triangle is, here I am going to consider this angle as A, which is acute angle, and this is my ABC right angle triangle, and I am going to consider one more right angle triangle. So P, Q is right angle and this is my R. Right. So using this, so what he has given, so in triangle ABC and the triangle PQR, so what he has given, so sin A is equal to sin P is given, right? So sin A is equal to sin P. So from the figure, so what is sin A? So sin A is nothing but opposite side by hypotenuse. So which I can write it as BC by AC. So sin A is BC by AC, and next. So what about sin P? So sin P is equal to, so opposite side of P is QR. So QR by PR. So sin P is nothing but QR by PR. Now what he has given? So BC by AC is equal to QR by PR. So this is nothing but the relation that he has given. Now what I am going to do is I am going to consider the, so here BC and AC I have considered these two sides, and here also I have considered these two sides. And what are the two sides that are left? So AB and PQ. So from this what I am going to do is I am going to consider the ratio AB by PQ. AB by PQ. Now if you observe, so these two triangles are right angle triangles now. So since these two triangles are right angle triangles, so by Pythagoras theorem what we can say, or from this if you observe, so this, since these two ratios are proportional, so I am going to consider it equal to some constant k. So from that what I am going to get, BC is equal to k times of AC, and the same way QR I can write it as k times of PR. Okay. So from this relation I am going to get these. Now from this AB by PQ I am going to consider AB by PQ. So to find out AB by PQ, so I have formula by using Pythagoras theorem. No? So AB can be written as square root of AC square minus BC square. The same way denominator also we can write square root of PR square minus, so since I need to find PQ, so PR square minus QR square. And already here if you observe, I have BC value no, in terms of AC. So here BC I can replace with AC. So this I can write as AC square minus K times of AC whole square divided by, in the denominator PR square. So PR square is PR square minus, instead of QR I can write K times of PR square. So K times of PR whole square. So here also K times of AC whole square. Now from this what I can write, so in the numerator I can take UAC square as common, no? Then I am going to have 1 minus K square. In the denominator I can take PR square as common. Here also I am going to get 1 minus K square. So since 1 minus K square inside the square root, so we can cancel it out. So here I am left with square root of AC square by square root of PR square. Again square root if they get cancelled, so it is nothing but equal to AC by PR. So AB by PQ is nothing but equal to AC by PR. Okay, so if you observe these two ratios, so AB by PQ is equal to AC by PR. So on rearranging and writing, so can you write AB by AC is equal to PQ by PR? So bringing A terms to the same side, so then I am going to have AB by AC is equal to PQ by QR. But already previously what do we got? BC by AC is equal to QR by PR. QR by PR. So from this AB by AC is equal to PQ by PR. Right. Now if you observe those two equations, so BC by AC, so BC by QR is equal to AC by PR. Here what do I got? So instead of writing this, so I can write it as, so AB by PQ is equal to AC by PR. Here also AC by BC is equal to PR by QR. See here, so from this table you can see that, so BC by QR is equal to AC by PR. So you can write this particular thing like this now. And already here on solving this particular thing we got AB by PQ is equal to AC by PR. Again this AC by PR I can write as AB by PQ, no? So AB by PQ. Now from this what do I got? All the corresponding sides are proportional. So all the corresponding sides are proportional. So if all the corresponding sides are proportional, then what we can say? Triangle ABC is similar to triangle PQR. Understood? So by making use of these ratios, So by making use of these ratios, so what we can say, triangle ABC is similar to triangle PQR. So if two triangles are similar, what we can say, corresponding angles are equal, no? So from that what we can say, angle A is equal to angle P. So this is nothing but the thing. So what we have to prove here, right? The same question so is already given in our exercise, right? Same question is given in exercise. So in triangle ABC and triangle XYZ, if angle A and angle X are acute angles such that cos A is equal to cos X, then show that angle A is equal to angle X. So in the same way we are going to prove this. So once observe, so what he has given, angle A is acute angle, so this is my B and this is my C. Next, second triangle, so what he has given, so this is my angle X, so angle Y is right angle, angle Z is angle. Now if you observe carefully, so from these two triangles, so what is given, so cos A is equal to cos X. So what is cos A from this? So cos A is nothing but adjacent side by hypotenuse, no? So here also cos X means adjacent side by hypotenuse. So from this what I am going to get, AB by AC is equal to XY by XZ. So AB by AC is equal to XY by Z. Since these two are, since these two ratios are equal, I am going to consider it as equal to K. Now from this I can obtain two relations. So AB is equal to K times of AC and XY is equal to K times of XZ. K times of XZ. So we can make use of this particular relations. Now what is the side which we left over here? AB and AC we have already used. So what I am going to take is the third side. So in the triangle ABC, BC is the third side, and here in XYZ, so YZ is the third side. So I am going to consider those two. So by using Pythagoras theorem, so BC I can write as square root of hypotenuse square minus side square. So AC square minus AB square divided by square root of XZ square minus XY square. So from this clearly what I can write, already you have AB value, no? So AC square you keep as it is minus K times of AC whole square, whole divided by, so denominator what I can write, xz is xz only, so xz whole square minus K times of xz whole square. So like how we have done the previous problem, here also the same thing. So in the numerator what I can take common, so I can take AC square as common, then I am going to get 1 minus K square, by in the denominator I can take xz whole square as common, then I am going to have 1 minus K square. So 1 minus K square, 1 minus K square gets cancelled, then finally I am going to get AC by XZ. So this is nothing but the value of BC by YZ. Now from the previous condition, so from this condition, so what I am going to get, AC by XZ. So we are getting AC by XZ now on interchanging these two places. So from this, AB by AC is nothing but XY by XZ. Now on interchanging these two places, what I am going to get, AB by XY is equal to AC by XZ. AB by XY is equal to AC by XZ. But here what I got, BC by YZ is equal to AC by XZ. Okay. Now if you observe carefully, here AC by XZ is there, here also AC by XZ is there. But here AC by XZ is nothing but equal to AB by XY. Here AC by XZ is equal to BC by YZ. Now from this we can combine these three as AB by XY is equal to BC by YZ is equal to AC by XZ. Okay. So if you observe this relation carefully, so all the corresponding sides are proportional. So from that what I can say, triangle ABC is similar to triangle XYZ. So since these two triangles are similar, then their corresponding angles are equal. So angle A is equal to angle X. So this is nothing but what we have to prove. So we have proved here, right? Next, moving on to the next question. So example number 3. Now what he has given, consider a triangle PQR whose right angle is at R. So consider a right angle triangle whose right angle is at R. So you can consider PQ anywhere now. And he has given PQ is equal to 29 units. So it is 29, QR is 21, and angle PQR is theta. So PQR means, so Q is at the center. So angle theta is given there. Now we need to find out cos square theta plus sin square theta. Now first of all, so what are the things that are given? So given that RQ is equal to 21, next PQ is equal to 29. Now to find out PR, so by Pythagoras theorem, so we can apply Pythagoras theorem. So by Pythagoras theorem, what we can say, PR is equal to square root of hypotenuse square minus side square. So QR square. So from this what I am going to get, PQ square. So what is PQ square, Nana? So 29 square minus 21 square. So what is 29 square? So the value of 29 square is 300 and, so is that, so what is the value of 29 square? So 841 minus 21 square is 441. So 841 minus 441 is nothing but, so 400, so which is nothing but equal to 20. So is that right? So 29 square is 841 minus 21 square is 441. So which gives me, so 8 minus 4 is 400, so which is equal to 20. So this length is 20 units. Now what is the first question? Cos square theta plus sin square theta. So clearly, so with respect to theta, so this is my opposite side. So this is my opposite side. So opposite side is 20 and this is my adjacent side and this is hypotenuse. So cos theta definition, adjacent side by hypotenuse. So adjacent side is 21 by hypotenuse is 29. So whole square plus sin square theta. So sin square theta means 20 by 29 whole square. Now clearly, so numerator is 441 by 841 plus, so 20 square is 400 by 841. So since LCM is same, so denominator is 841. So you can directly add up the numerator, so which will be getting 841. So cos square theta plus sin square theta value is nothing but 1. Next, moving on to question number 2. So cos square theta minus sin square theta. So simply there is a change in sign. So remaining all same only, no. So from that what we can write? So 441. Sorry. So here it is nothing but 21 by 29 whole square minus 20 by 29 whole square. So which I can write as 441 by 841 minus 400 by 841. So since LCM is 841, so I will be left with 41. So 41 by 841 is nothing but my answer, right? Next, moving on to the next question similar to this. So here given cot theta is equal to 7 by 8. So 1 plus sin theta. So this is not Q. So this is 1 plus sin theta into 1 minus sin theta by 1 plus cos theta into 1 minus cos theta, and we need to find out 1 plus sin theta by cos theta. So these values we need to find out here. Now to solve this particular questions, so we need to follow one particular approach. So cot theta is equal to 7 by 8. So what is given? Cot theta is equal to 7 by 8. So what is the definition of cot theta? So what is definition of cot theta? So cot theta is nothing but adjacent side to theta by opposite side to theta. So from this we can find out the ratio of sin theta and cos theta, and then we can proceed. Okay, so this is one approach. So there is one more approach so which we can follow here. So what is that is, see, if you can obtain these values as, if you can change these values as cot theta, so if you can change the given values as cot theta, then we can find it out, right? So let us see first with the general approach. So cot theta is equal to 7 by 8, so which is nothing but adjacent by opposite. So from this what we can say, adjacent side is equal to 7 times of some k, and opposite side is 8 times of some k. Now if I consider a triangle in which this angle is theta and this is 90 degrees, then to this opposite side, so what is opposite? So opposite is 8k and adjacent is 7k. Now what about hypotenuse? So hypotenuse is nothing but square root of adjacent side square plus opposite side square. So from this I can write it as adjacent side square means 7k whole square plus 8k whole square. So which gives me 49k square plus 64k square. So which gives me, so under the square root, so 9 plus 4 13, so 6 plus 4 10, plus 1 11. So it is nothing but equal to 113k square. So which gives me square root of 113 into k. So we can write it as k into square root of 113. So this is nothing but my value of hypotenuse. So this is nothing but 113 root 113 into k. So k into root 113. Okay. Now from this, so first question, so what is the value of sin theta? So sin theta is nothing but opposite by hypotenuse only, no? So what is opposite here? So opposite is 8k by k into root 113. So which gives me 8 by root 113. Next, so cos theta is nothing but adjacent by hypotenuse. So which gives me 7k by k into root 113. So which gives me 7 by root 113. Now in the first question, so what is the thing that I need to find it out? So 1 plus sin theta into 1 minus sin theta by 1 plus cos theta into 1 minus cos theta. Now when I substitute the value, so 1 plus sin theta means 8 by root 113 into 1 minus 8 by root 113 divided by, so 1 plus 7 by root 113 into 1 minus 7 by root 113. Now on simplification, so what I am going to get? So root 113 is LCM, then I am going to have root 113 plus 8 into root 113 minus 8 divided by root 113 plus 7 into root 113 minus 7. So if you observe this carefully, so here the LCM is root 113 in both numerator and denominator. So that's why the denominators got cancelled out. Now finally it is in the form of a square minus b square. So which I can write as, sorry, a plus b into a minus b, which I can write as a square minus b square. So root 113 whole square is 113 minus 8 square is 64 divided by 113 minus 49. Now 13 minus 4 is 9. So 1 is carried. So 10 minus 6 is 4. So this is 49 divided by, again, so 3 minus 9 is not possible. So 13 minus 9 is, so 13 minus 9 is 4. Then 10 minus 4 is 6. Hence the value is 49 by 64. So this is nothing but the value of first question. Okay, next moving on to question number 2. So what is question number 2? So 1 plus sin theta by cos theta. So this also directly we can substitute here. So 1 plus Sin theta by cos theta. So what is sin theta here? So sin theta is 8 by root 113 divided by cos theta is nothing but 7 by root 113. So when I take LCM, so root 113 plus 8 divided by root 113 whole divided by 7 by root 113. Now this denominator is root 113 and denominator is root 113 gets cancelled. Hence the answer is root 113 plus 8 divided by 7. So this is nothing but the value of 1 plus sin theta by cos theta. Right? So here using the value of cot theta, so we have found the remaining values. Right? Now there is one more approach for this particular question to solve. So what that is? So 1 plus sin theta into 1 minus sin theta. So I can write as a plus b into a minus b, which is nothing but 1 minus sin square theta by 1 minus cos square theta. So directly in that we can substitute, or so for this particular solvation we need to have the idea about identities. So trigonometric identities. So using that we can directly solve it. Right? Now let us move on to the next question. So question number 8. So let us see this. So in a right angle triangle ABC, so right angle is at B. Now observe this carefully. So this is my right angle triangle. So right angle at B, and he has given that angle A, and this is my angle C, and tan A is equal to root 3. So what he has given? Tan A is equal to root 3. So if there is nothing in the denominator, that means it is containing 1 in the denominator, right? So tan A. So what is the definition of tan? Opposite side to A by adjacent side to A. Now from this we can simply write it down. So opposite side to A. So opposite side to A is nothing but some root 3 times of K. So with respect to A, so what is opposite side? So it is nothing but BC. Next, adjacent side to A. So adjacent side to A is nothing but it is K. So because 1, so 1 means 1 into K is K. So what is adjacent side? So it is AB. So from this we are going to find out the hypotenuse. So hypotenuse is equal to square root of AB square plus BC square. But what is hypotenuse here? So hypotenuse is nothing but AC. So from this root 3 whole square plus K square. So on simplification, so this is nothing but 3K square plus K square. So which gives me 4K square. So square root of 4 square K square is 2 times of K. So clearly AC is 2K, AB is K, and BC is root 3 times of K. So we got AB, BC and AC value. Now finally I am going to deal with the values now. So sin A into cos C plus cos A into sin C. Now let us see with respect to angle A. So what is sin? So sin is nothing but opposite side of A. So opposite side of A is BC by AC into cos C. So with respect to cos. So with respect to angle C, what is opposite? So opposite is AB and adjacent is BC. So BC is nothing but my adjacent of C, angle C, and hypotenuse is as usual AC plus cos A. So with respect to A, so cos A means adjacent side by hypotenuse. So adjacent side is AB by hypotenuse is AC into sin C. So with respect to angle C, so with respect to this angle sin. So application of sin is nothing but opposite by hypotenuse. So AB by AC. So clearly, so BC into BC is BC square by AC square plus AB square by AC square. Now since both the denominators are same, so directly I can apply the values now here, right? So what I am going to get? So BC. So what is BC value? So root 3K whole square plus what is AB? So K whole square divided by LCM is AC, no? So AC whole square means 2K whole square. So from this This gives me 3k square plus k square by 4k square. So numerator is 4k square and denominator is also 4k square. So 4k square by 4k square is 1. So from this what we have got here? So sin A into cos C plus cos A into sin C value is nothing but 1. Right? Next moving on to question number 2. So what did he ask? So cos A into cos C minus sin A into sin C. Now with respect to cos A, that means with respect to angle A we need to consider. So what is cos A? Already we have found now here. So cos A is nothing but AB by AC into. So what is cos C? So cos C is nothing but BC by AC minus sin A. So sin A means BC by AC. So BC by AC into sin C. So sin C is nothing but AB by AC. Okay, so if you multiply, so this gives me AB into BC by AC square minus BC into AB by AC square. So if you observe, denominators are same and numerators also same, no? So AB into BC or BC into AB both are same. So since both get cancelled, so the answer is 0, right? So the answer is 0. So this is nothing but the last problem of exercise 1 in the trigonometry, right? So I hope you have understood each and every problem of this particular exercise 1 of trigonometry. So if you have any doubt, so you can ask me, so you can comment in the comment section, right? So if you don't understand, so please repeat the video and you can so observe it carefully so that you can understand. So if you don't get any point, so please you can ask me in the comment section, right? So thank you for watching the video. So stay connected with the channel so for further more videos, right? So thank you one and all.